Hello and a very warm welcome back to the channel. Today we have our 10th weekly chat where we get together and have a quick look at what's been happening this week in the world of precious metals and numismatics. So without any further delay, let's get on with the show. Okay, so what a week it has been. Some crazy price shifts happening this week. If we start off by having a quick look at what's been happening with gold, I will again put a little chart up on the screen. But what you can see is, as predicted, the week did start peaking and troughing between approximately 1,625 and 1,607 pounds until the early hours of Wednesday morning, when we saw quite a significant price drop, seeing lows this week of £1,589.51, which is one of the lowest prices we've seen it for a few weeks now. There was a bit of a rally, and we did see the price recover somewhat. It did manage to get back above £1,600 at least. However, we saw another price drop Friday afternoon. Again, there was a bit of a recovery, but as it stands right now, Saturday the 22nd of April, the price is currently back below 1,600 and right now sits at £1,599.60, which unfortunately you can see that's actually a drop of £19.02 from last week's price. Now, one thing that did affect the price of gold this week, and I did put a link to the interview in my community section, but there was an interview early hours of the morning here in UK time with the Atlanta Federal Reserve President Raphael Bostic. Now, that did cause prices to go down. Now, I won't go into too much detail with the interview right now to save time, but if you do want to give that a look, as I say, the link is currently up in my community section, and please do go and check that out for yourself. The general overview of the interview is that President Bostic doesn't believe that we are heading to a recession, and his recommendation at the moment is to hold. Now, one thing I do agree with, it is a good time to hold right now. When it comes to gold, I am definitely sitting on the fence and waiting to see which way it goes. However, one thing that may influence the price is right now Akshaya Tritiya is being celebrated, which is a festival through the Hindu faith where it is seen as a prosperous time to purchase gold. So we may see a little spike in the price of gold first thing on Monday because of that. That would usually lead into a spike of the price due to the rise in sales. But other than that, I'm not sure. We are definitely seeing a slowdown on the movement we have been seeing over the last couple of weeks. We could be heading towards a correction, but my personal prediction is that we are going to see the price hover around the £1,600 mark for the next week or so, maybe peaking above and troughing below. But I personally predict it's going to hover around the £1,600 mark for the next week or so. Again, I will stress that I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my prediction based on my opinion and based on the news that we've had up to yet. But I will definitely keep an eye out as to what's happening with price of gold. If I do see any further big shifts either way, I will definitely at least put something in the community section to make you all aware of that. Okay, so if we go over now and take a look at what's been happening to the price of silver this week, again, we did see a large drop in the price of silver early hours of Wednesday morning due to the Raphael Bostic interview. However, silver was able to recover very quickly. And by midday Wednesday, it had pretty much recovered to it where it was prior to the drop. So silver, we did see a drop, but again, that recovered great and went within a few hours well above £20 an ounce. One thing I will say is, again, we are definitely seeing a slowdown in silver. And actually, for the first time in 6 weeks, we are actually seeing a decline in the price of silver, where silver is now currently sitting at £20.26 per ounce, which is a loss of 26 pence per ounce. Okay, so that's very interesting. I mean, I do believe silver does still have plenty of room to go up. We are definitely seeing a slowdown, and we may see a little drop in the price up to next week. However, I do definitely think there's a lot of room left on silver, and going forwards, generally, we are going to see a price rise as the weeks go on. So maybe a great time to pick up a few bits of silver right now. That being said, we have seen quite an increase in the price of silver over the last few weeks. So it is definitely not beyond the realms of possibility to see a correction in the price of silver and see that maybe drop again back below £20 per ounce, maybe riding around the £19 per ounce mark in a few weeks' time. I'm not 100% sure. It could definitely go either way with silver right now. So again, personally, I am holding with silver. I'm not looking to make any large purchases right now. The last few purchases I've made of silver have been more numismatic pieces anyway, more proof pieces, not really bullion. So I'm not going to be looking to pick up a large amount of bullion right now. I will always pick up the one standard silver tenner every month. However, I won't be looking to add too many more to that right now, just while we see what's happening, because as I say, that is a definite slowdown on silver and could be an indication that we're leading to a correction. Okay, so if we have a look at what's happening with numismatics, one thing we do have is, as I've been advised by the Royal Mint, the new King Charles III coronation set should be going on sale tomorrow morning at 9 AM. So I, for one, will definitely be posing my computer tomorrow morning, ready and waiting for that to go on sale. It is definitely something I am going to be looking to pick up, as long as the prices aren't too bad. I mean, it is a coronation. These things don't happen every day, so it very much could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So that being the case, I'm definitely going to be sat there tomorrow, waiting for the full set to come out and see what I can pick up there. And if we take a look at comment of the week this week, once again, we have a draw. So the first comment of the week, once again, goes to Lee Parola with his comment, brilliant collaboration. Is it possible to get 3 people on at the same time? TSC plus FI plus 365. That's definitely a brilliant comment, Lee. And who knows what the future brings. Maybe one day that will happen. We will have to wait and see. I can't say any more on that at all right now. But brilliant comment, Lee. Thank you very much for taking time to comment on the video. That was not actually a video that's on my channel. Lee was commented to a community post I put with a link to a collaboration I did with an absolutely amazing precious metals YouTuber, Future Investments. If you haven't checked that out yet, please definitely get over there and check that out as soon as possible. I will put a link to the video again in the description of this video. It's an absolute monster of a video. It's almost an hour long, where we take questions that were left to us by people in the community sections and give our answers to those. So it's not just precious metals related, it's not just numismatics related. There's some bits about us and our personal lives in there as well. You may find it very interesting. So again, I would definitely recommend heading over there and giving that a check out. So our second comment of the week goes to an absolutely amazing YouTuber, 365 Days of Silver, who has commented on the same community post to say, one of my favourite videos, really enjoyed it. I watched along too in the premiere. I hadn't seen the actual finished video as it was on Future Investments channel. So I watched along and I had a lot of fun myself. I thought it was great fun watching it back. It's a very nice laid back casual chat about precious metals, numismatics and many other things as well. So again, once again, shameless plug, but if you haven't watched the video, please definitely get over there and give it a check out and leave a like and a comment. Okay, so it's time for question and answer now. So if we have a look at the questions that were left on last week's video, the first question we've got is from Danny Blackwell, who says, question for next week, platinum, yay or nay? What are your opinions, TSC? Okay, brilliant question, Danny. I'm going to be honest. For me personally, it's a no. I don't collect or stack platinum items. It's just not for me. I spend enough money on silver and gold, and if I look to add another metal to the stack on top of that, I don't know what I'd do. So you do have to limit yourself somewhere. And again, it's you've got silver, which is the white metal. You've got gold, which is the yellow metal. So I kind of feel that I'm covered on both bases there. But if platinum is something that you look to stack yourselves, definitely let me know if that's something you've made a lot of profit in the past. Again, it is definitely a precious metal that does tend to increase in price going forward. So as far as investments go, it's definitely not something I would recommend people not to get. It's just not something I get myself. So let me know your opinions on platinum in the comments below. But brilliant question, Danny. Thank you very much for that. And if you have any further questions for next week, please leave them in the comment section for this video. I'll be more than happy to answer them in next week's video. Okay, so our second and final question comes from Jamie Frost, who watches from over in Japan. Jamie's one of the guys who won on the first 100 subscriber giveaway. He's a great guy, and he's asked, Q&A, if we go to a CBDC, then technically there's no cash. So what happens to the face values minted on government coins? If it's a stupid question, then I'm sorry, I'm old school. Now, it's absolutely not a stupid question at all, Jamie. It's actually a great question. The idea of CBDCs, which are a central banking digital currency, it's not something I've covered myself on the channel. I definitely do intend to cover it very soon, and certainly within the next couple of weeks. But I do know for a fact that both 365, Days of Silver, and Future Investments have made some absolutely brilliant videos on the subject. So I'll put some links to their videos in the description as well. Definitely recommend checking those out if you haven't done so already. There's definitely some brilliant information included in all the videos. But no, the point of a CBDC is that it is basically a digital pound, which I think we're calling a brick coin. But for argument's sake, we'll call them brick coins today. So one brick coin would be equal to £1. So the face values wouldn't be any different. A pound would still be a pound, and I don't think that CBDCs will outright replace cash straight away. There will definitely at least be an overlay period where, as right now, we can either pay by your debit or credit card electronically, or your Google Wallet, etc., or you can pay in cash. I think it's going to be like that, at least for a period of time, where you'll have the choice of either spending using CBDCs or traditional cash methods. Now, what will probably happen over time is physical hard cash will dwindle out. Now, whether or not that will be taken out of circulation or just left within circulation, I don't know, but the face value of a fiat currency will always be the same, and the CBDC that is being offered by the Bank of England it tracks the pound, so one brick coin will always be worth £1. So it won't ever be worth more or less than a pound. It's just an alternative way of spending your money rather than using the traditional banking system. So I hope that answers your question, Jamie. It is a very, very complicated subject. Again, which is one I'm wanting to go into a lot more detail about. And I promise you guys, I will be bringing out a video very soon regarding that. So definitely keep your eyes out for that going forwards. And I'll get it up onto the channel as soon as I possibly can do. Okay, so that's about it from me this week. I hope you've all had a great week and a brilliant week going forwards. And don't forget, as always, until next time, keep stacking. Take care and goodbye.